Hi everyone, let's see about IC engine. Introduction. Heat engine. Heat engine is a machine which converts heat energy supply to its into mechanical work. Heat energy is supplied to the engine by burning the fuels. In classification of heat engines, internal combustion engine is also known as IC engines, external combustion engine is also known as EC engines. In IC engines, combustion of fuel take place inside the cylinders. Example, diesel engines and petrol engines are IC engines. For an external combustion engine, in EC engines, combustion of fuel take place outside the working cylinder. Example, steam engine and steam turbines. Seeing classification of IC engines, cycle operations, number of stroke per cycle, two stroke cycle engines, four stroke cycle engines, and thermodynamic cycle or method of heat additions. Auto cycle engine, diesel cycle engine, semi-diesel cycle engines. Classification of IC engines, type of fuel used, petrol engines and diesel engines, gas engines. Ignition method, spark ignition, SI and compression ignition, CI. Cooling system, air cooled engines, water cooled engines. Valves location, L head, T head, I head, F head engines. This is the main component of IC engine. Cylinder block, it is the main block of the engine. It consists cylinders finished to accommodate pistons. The cylinder block house, crankshaft, piston and other engine parts. In water cooled engines, the cylinder block is provided with water jackets for the circulation cooling water. The material used for cylinder are grey cast iron, aluminium alloys, etc. It is usually made for a single casting. It is a cylinder block of motorcycle and it is a cylinder block of four-wheeler vehicles. Cylinder head. The cylinder head is bolted to the cylinder block by means of studs. The water jackets are provided for cooling water circulation. The material used for cylinder head are cast iron, aluminium, alloy, etc. This is also generally made of single cast iron. Cylindrical liners. The cylindrical liner is a sleeves which is fitted into the cylinder bore. It provides wear resistant surface for the cylinder bores. Linear are classified into wet linear and dry linear. It is a wet linear sketch diagram. Four-stroke cycle petrol engine. Construction of the petrol engines. A piston reciprocates inside the cylinder. The piston is converted to the crankshaft by means of connecting rod and crank. The inlet and exhaust valves are mounted on the cylinder head. A spark is provided on the cylinder head. The fuel used is in petrol. This is the step where the combustion takes place. In first step, the spark will be provided on the spark plug. The burned fuel will be exhausted from the exhaust port. The suction will be take place in the suction port, and the compression will be take place in fourth step. These are the four steps involved in the IC engines.